So,
Yes.
feeling better yet, princess?
Oh my god.
Are you less dizzy now?
Well, yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, I do feel better now.
We're a whole day later.
Mm-hmm.
Buck shorter. Buck poorer.
I don't know how.
Give me a fair hit play on that.
Bah.
Yeah, baby. You were not feeling well yesterday. I'm not feeling well today, but you know, bang, we still got to record when I don't feel well. I'm all sweaty.
Listen, I'm up for doing another day off.
No.
I'm up for it.
No,
You said no.
our adoring fans are clamoring for the pod now.
In the pod channel.
In the pod channel.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all like, feel better soon, Billy. Even
Yeah.
though you were not sick.
Get well. I was.
You were
in
nauseous.
A sense,
you were
in
dizzy.
a manner.
You had vertigo.
I don't know what I had.
Yeah, you just got like...
I had a funny turn.
Yeah, you had like motion sickness or something.
Yeah, from standing still.
Yeah.
Which is not normal.
Well, I think it was all the... Could it have been the drinking?
Oh.
Yeah, it could have been the drinking mixed with the...
Sorry, you're getting me mixed up with your other co-host.
Oh, Nika. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raging.
Yeah.
Raging alcoholic. Welcome to All Space Between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy. Hello. Welcome to a Monday episode. Hello,
A Monday
hello.
episode that we're recording that you'll listen to on Tuesday.
Perhaps.
And then you'll tell all your friends about on Wednesday. So
Wednesday.
by Thursday, we should be in the charts. And then by our next episode, we should have triple the amount of listeners. So.
And by the weekend, cash money, baby.
Yeah. By the weekend, a mattress will have contacted us.
A mattress itself.
Yeah.
will have got-
They'll say, sell me. Sell me on your show. And I've never spoken to a talking mattress before.
Amazing.
So I'll have done it. A late episode, but an episode nonetheless.
Yeah.
Playing with the skeleton.
I was
too
dizzy
much.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was dizzy.
I liked taking care of you yesterday. Yesterday was actually kind of fun. A small update before we actually get into the show. This is an advice podcast, by the way,
It is.
where
it
we
is.
take your emails and I try my very hardest to sound out the words,
to read them.
to read them
Yeah.
in an order,
Letter by
that
letter, word by word to
makes
form sentences.
sense in the English language, enough to give you advice.
Yeah.
Whether that be about art, whether that be about relationships, whether that be about bowel movements, anything is on the table for all the space in between.
And with the intro music plays again.
Every time we say it, we have to give royalties to that beautiful intro by Slow Smog.
Beautiful intro by Slow Smog. Thank you so much.
Slowsmog.com.
Yes.
What did he buy recently?
Slughog.
Slughog.fun.
.fun.
Yes, slughog.fun, or just search Slow Smog, one word, on Google, Deezer, or some
Bing.
shit. Bing.
You can ask this guy, I think his name is Jeeves.
Jeeves, yeah, you can ask Jeeves about
butler looking fucking
Type in Slow Matt. That's what we call him. We call him Slow Matt. Oh, Mr. Jones? No. No. Sorry. Mr. Jones was my father.
I'm slow.
I'm Slow Matt. Yesterday was fun.
Yesterday was fun.
A little update on your favorite little agoraphobe. I went to the T-Mobile store
You went to
yesterday
the T-Mobile
because
store.
my wife needed a cell phone.
Yeah, your wife has needed a cell phone.
For a while now, and we kept on thinking it'll like resolve itself, but whenever I would like call T-Mobile about it, well, I'd call Sprint about it, now part of T-Mobile, they'd be like, we don't know what the issue is, you just got to go in, and I'm like, no problem, dude. In fact, normal. And they're like,
Normal
hey, then do
thing
it.
to ask me to do. Like, all right then, do it.
I'm jotting it down in the bullet. You heard of bullet journaling? It's really fun. It means I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, which involves getting in a car, and that's fine. So I'm gonna
That's
just
fine.
go whenever.
That's normal to
I
me,
show
by
up-
the way. Person's on the phone.
Show
like,
up
okay.
whenever. Gonna have a quick chat with my therapist about this one, and then I'm gonna head right over. But you know, since we got married, I've been trying more. I've been trying more, you know, because like, you know, this little ring on my finger is proof enough that I can do things.
You can.
I can do things.
It's true.
Which is
Every
really
time we
funny
look at
because
your hand, it's a little I did I did that thing.
And now every time I look in my pocket, or actually in my other hand, is another gross little reminder that I could do things. Because while I was at the T-Mobile store, I got myself a new phone.
As a treat.
Yeah.
For making it to the T-Mobile
It took
store.
way longer. I thought it was going to be like 15 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
we're going to pop in, we're going to get you a SIM card, and then it's all going to be good. And then we got there, and they were like, no. This is, you're on a Sprint plan still, now part of T-Mobile.
Yeah.
And you have a T-Mobile SIM in your Sprint phones, but what your wife needs is specifically a T-Mobile SIM card. I go, right, so get her a T-Mobile SIM card. Like, so no, you actually have to switch over to T-Mobile. I was like, okay, yeah, how long will that take? And they're like 10 minutes. I was like, okay. It took we were out for 2 hours.
We were there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So during being in there, because we were in the car after, and I was like, let's just go home. But you were like, we're already here.
Well,
Let's
okay,
just see
no,
how much
we went in. They were like, come back another day.
And I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah, and
Because
you
I
were
was
like,
I
thank
don't
fuck.
even want to be here now.
Bye.
Yeah, for sure.
But that guy, it turned out like that guy's shift was just ending, so he didn't really want to help us.
Yeah,
And
he was actually leaving as I was coming back in. I was like, oh, all right.
But we went to the car, and you were like, okay, time to go home. And I was like, oh, well, we could just go in and just do it now.
See how long it would all take.
We could just see how, at the very least, just ask how long it would take to do it now.
And I was like, okay. Well, I didn't say okay. I thought about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm feeling okay. Just you stay here, and I'll go in, and I'll just I'll pop my head in and just ask how long it'll take if I just switched my whole account over and all the phones that are on it and stuff. Okay, cool. And the guy told me 10 minutes, so I was like, I'll just do it while I'm here. It's fine. And I'm having
10 minutes. I can do 10 minutes.
The truth is, I couldn't have even done that. I mean, I did obviously, but it's not like I could do that without panic. And I want to remind people that who struggle with panic disorder and stuff like that. Through the first 10 minutes especially, I was panicking.
Oh yeah.
And wanting to leave. But it went on much longer than that. You came to check on me after 45 minutes, being like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
I was just in the car hello.
Yeah, I got we're switching it turns out they have to do one number at a time. So and then it's taking and then I had to pull out my wallet 16 different times because I need your ID one more time, and then I need you to sign this, I need this other thing. So while I was there, I was like, just theoretically, if I upgraded my phone while I'm here, would that be a huge hassle? And he's like, no, and it was, but it totally was.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was cool.
Even upgrading the phone, it was like, okay, so now you just need to choose what phone you want, and I'll go on and get it for you. And you were like, okay, well,
yeah, 13 mini, please.
And he was like, can't have that one. And I'm like, okay, the Max. Can't have that one. And then you're like, okay, I want one with big storage. I want the most storage. And he was like, okay, no problem. That one, there is a time lock on the safe that they are kept in because they're worth a lot of money. So I have to go request access for the safe. We have to wait another 10, 15 minutes, and then we can get the phone out of the safe. Only for you to fight. Only we waited the whole time for the safe to open for him to come out and be like, the one you wanted actually isn't in there.
Yeah, it's not even in there, dude. I was like, oh god, yeah. When it comes to waiting, especially when it comes to when particular in that moment when it came to my agoraphobia.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking he was like, okay, but now I need to open the safe, and there's this security thing on it, so you're gonna have to wait around for another 10 minutes. I was like, right, 10 minutes, the amount of time you said this would all take.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's another 10, right? It's been over an hour, dude. What the fuck is going on? But he was awesome. He was really cool. And you get a round of applause for me doing more things in my life and becoming an independent person. Come on. A big dub when it comes to the agoraphobia.
You went to the store one time. You went to the store 2 times. You went in by yourself the second time. You stayed in there for a really fucking long time. Did everything you needed to do and more.
Yeah. And
you got a shiny new iPhone.
As a reward, yeah, I got a new iPhone that I haven't upgraded my phone in 4 or 5 years. So I'm like, cool, neat. Yeah. I'm just kind of pulling it out, being like, I hate social media, so I don't know why even. But hey, the camera, look at that, just some macro, cool.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was fun. And then today you had some boring thing you had to do. Yeah,
an immigration thing. I had to go do. They had to go take all of my fingerprints and photograph me in case I do a crime or something. For sure. I guess. Yeah. And I forget to wear gloves while I'm doing that crime.
Amateur.
Yeah. They need to take all my biometrics so that they know who I am and stuff. And I had to drive like 25 minutes away. And I figured like, it's a government thing. Government things always take so fucking long.
They do. They take forever.
You always have to queue and then wait and then queue and then wait. I walked in there. There was not another soul in the building. They waved me on through. I was out of the building again in under 3 minutes.
It was a
like,
walkthrough, yeah.
I guess I'll phone drive, get an Uber back again.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell? An hour and a half in an Uber? No, it's not that long. An hour in an Uber for 3 minutes in a building.
Yeah, when you left, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do some chores around here. I'm gonna do these dishes, and then you texted me. You're like, I'm done. I go, I'm still doing dishes. I'll see you soon then. Cool.
Yeah, but it was really cool that I could text you because I haven't been able to do that since I moved here at the end of October.
That's another huge victory there because doing an outing, that's what we call them, with agoraphobia, right? You do an outing. And then you do more and more of them until you're just a normal person again.
Yeah,
but,
that's like the exposure therapy side of it.
Yeah. The plus side of that outing was not originally going to be my phone. That was the thing I did while I was there because it was taking way too long. Can I have a phone?
Can I have a treat for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The treat was like originally going to be you having a number.
Yeah.
You having a working phone because whenever you would go out and do anything, I'll make sure you have enough data, and it costs like a lot of money, and then your data would run out, and then
because I was like
on
roaming still because I had an English phone number. Yeah.
So how's it feel to have an American phone number now?
I feel less afraid.
Yeah.
Being out and about.
That's really cool.
Because the thing is, like, A, it costs a lot of money, but B, I'm on like a really janky pay-as-you-go like budget SIM card that I got in the UK, and sometimes when I run out of data, it won't even let me connect to buy more data, so I'm just fucked. So that's scary. Sometimes
it sucks.
When I'm out in a country that I like don't really know my way around in and stuff, you know. So it feels nice to have a phone where I can actually use it as a phone.
And now,
because as I said to the guy in the T-Mobile shop, he was like, "Yeah, your husband tells me you haven't had a phone since October." I was like, "That's correct. I've had what is essentially a glorified iPod."
And it's been awful, but now you got your phone and you're on my family plan, which makes the whole us being married thing feel like a little bit more real. There's like because when I was in there, I kept having to like refer to you as my wife.
The stages of commitment. Moving in, marriage, cell phone plan, cell phone family plan.
Man, once we go in on like health insurance, it's like.
Well, we got to go to the bank next week is what we have to do. True. That's our next step.
Yeah, I have to go to a bank and actually like sign some stuff for a business account.
Yeah, and I need an account because again, I also don't have an American bank account. Still only have an English one, and every time I spend money on my English bank account in a store here, it puts like an international surcharge on it, like it does when you're on holiday.
We're doing so much lately.
I'm becoming a person who really lives here, which is cool.
And slowly, so am I.
Who lives here in the sense of like the town.
In the town, yes.
Yeah.
So just another small round of applause for us accomplishing stuff and doing stuff. And I know that there are fellow agoraphobes listening because I just attract people like that.
Yeah.
Keep going. It feels good. Every small victory. You know, I was 10 years housebound.
Yeah.
So it feels good. It feels really good. You know, the small things. I've bought stuff. I've gotten myself things over the last however many years, obviously, as like rewards for myself for doing little things, but actually going into a shop and buying something tangible and having the receipt and bringing it home. It's just, you don't know what that's like until you don't do it for a long time.
Yeah. Until you haven't done it for a long time. Yeah.
It just, it feels really good.
Yeah.
It feels really, really cool. And admit it right now, I'm great with people.
You're so good at talking to people.
Yeah, I'm funny.
There is not like, although you'd think you would be like, you think that even if you didn't have social anxiety when you like started being agoraphobic, you might have developed some kind of awkwardness, rustiness. No.
I definitely do with a lot of things, a lot of situations, a lot of people, but never strangers.
Yeah.
Never strangers.
You're very, very good with
I love a stranger. Every
people
time.
in stores, customer service people, yeah.
Every time it was like my anxiety was like starting to kick up again, I was like, oh, I hope this guy asks me a question again. Dude, ask me a question. Please ask me a question. Because once we started talking, it just went down a whole peg. Yeah. Because I was focusing on that now. And I was like, oh, God, I hope he asks me a question. Come on. Start up a convo with me, dude. Come on. I'm standing right here. But that was cool, and it was fun, and that was a part of our last
and you
couple days.
when we got back, you kept saying how glad you were to have gone back in again.
Yeah, because I wanted to go home right then.
Yeah, and you were like, I'm so glad that I like made the outing longer, and actually way longer than we ever thought it would be. You know?
Yeah, because I thought it was just going to be like a little 15-minute thing, and then I was so okay with the guy just being like, just come back later. I was like, yeah, you don't got to tell me twice. I'm out of here. Thank you so much, because I was like still really nervous to be in there at that time, and I didn't let the anxiety pass. And I was telling you before, I'm really glad I went back in, because the first time I went in was just getting there. Going back in was the outing.
Yeah.
You know, that was the experience I was looking for, and I'm really glad that I got that.
Amazing.
So Neil will hear all about that on Wednesday.
Woohoo!
He'll be very happy.
Yeah, he's going to be stoked.
This, though, is an advice podcast.
This is a podcast.
And we got to start reading some emails.
We had to tell the guy in the T-Mobile store that we had a podcast, and that was embarrassing.
That sucked.
Yeah. He was like, so what you two doing? Like, we're like,
Yeah, it's kind of like a lame answer, but we're recording a podcast.
Which we host. Yeah.
And that's not a lame answer. No, that's not a lame answer at all. Blah, blah. And then he asked us.
You're very kind.
He was like, so do people get like paid for podcasting and stuff? And I was like, we don't.
People do. People sure do.
In theory. Yeah, it's
We've
lucrative.
decided not to.
We're not, we stopped going for that a long time ago just to tell people that if you do want to support us, we do have a Patreon. Go to patreon.com/flatsound, patreon.com/BLSSM to be a part of either me or Billy's Discord
Pick
server.
your favorite co-host.
Come to daddy.
No. Come to daddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
They all start leaving mine to go to yours.
Because I said
you
that.
could say come to daddy better than me.
Little voice. Yeah. It's like a King Solomon thing. Where,
I'm too stupid to,
the podcast listener is like, I don't have enough money to do both. Oh, just rip me in half. And you're like, okay.
I don't know what you're referencing. So is this from like a book?
What? It's from
History.
the book.
Yeah, the
good book.
The book. Yeah, so that's like got it
The Bible.
for sure.
Yeah.
I've only gone like probably a third.
The
of the
first
way
book
through
ever
that.
written.
It's
not.
Yeah, I know that.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. You're right. I don't know that.
I could have told you the Bible was the first book ever written.
You could have told me some book you have on your bookshelf is the original copy of the first book ever written, and I would just be like, "Wow, books are crazy," and like go back to my office and start playing with an EQ. Yeah, there's no way I would have known that.
It's from the Bible.
Cool.
There's a okay, do you want me to tell you the parable from the Bible?
I guess.
There's a baby. And these two women are both like, this is my baby. No, this is my baby.
Typical women.
They
go
lost
on.
track of whose baby was whose, I guess.
There we go.
And they go to the King Solomon and they're like, solve this baby dispute for us. And he goes, well, easy. I'll cut the baby in half. You can have half each. And one of them's like, yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
And the other one's like, no, don't cut the baby. She can have it.
And he's like, you're the mom.
You get it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't let me cut the baby in half. Yeah.
So in this scenario, did the woman who was like, no, you get it, was she the actual mom, or was the other woman lying? Or did they both actually not know whose kid it was?
I think they both didn't know.
But he was just like, you're a more caring person, so
yeah.
So you get the baby?
Yeah.
Huh. And I'm the baby here? Sorry, I forgot what you were saying.
And I'm baby?
Wait a second. And answer this honestly. I'm baby?
I'm baby? Is this true? The rumors I've heard that I'm baby?
I always thought other people were baby because they were saying it, but I'm baby?
You're baby.
Man.
I'm, as we just previously established,
the king.
Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm King Solomon, the one that rips babies in half. Can we get to an email?
Please.
Okay.
Please, let's get to an email. We didn't decide who was reading what or anything like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You read the first one. Read it to me.
I don't have, sorry, I got like this new phone recently.
Okay.
It's like the 13 Pro, so.
Dying.
Gmail doesn't work on it. It's like an optimization thing.
Just read it off my phone.
I'm going to it on mine.
He doesn't want to touch my 12. No.
It's just that this one has like 120 hertz
refresh rate
on the screen. Yeah, yours makes
the ProMotion.
I already have a headache.
Yeah.
It's honestly probably because of this phone.
It gave me a headache looking at it yesterday.
Yeah, I don't like the refresh rate. It's going too fast for me. This one's just called Soup.
Amazing.
And it goes, "Hey Billy,
Hey.
thoughts on lasagna soup? If you haven't had it, here's a good vegan recipe." And then a link.
And a link to a vegan recipe of
And that's the
lasagna
whole
soup.
email, because we were talking about soup recently. And if you go to our website, there's a picture of the soup that you could click and see the picture of the soup. But if you're watching or listening to this on YouTube, I'm going to put a picture of it right here. That was a not very good clap.
That was pathetic clap.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. So,
Okay.
And then I'm going to take it away right there.
Okay.
That's a better clap.
If you can't be bothered to go look, just imagine a lasagna that's a soup.
It's like
okay?
Wait.
Well, except don't.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not
don't.
accurate at all. I
All
don't
right.
even know why you would say that. This
No.
this whole thing, the whole point of this
Imagine a
email that we picked
lasagna
it.
in a bowl. That's it. Okay, here are my thoughts on lasagna soup. We've gone over the soup and stew thing. We're never going to come to an agreement on this. This lasagna soup that we've been sent, we can both strongly agree is not a soup, right?
It's more of a stew. Like, that's what it's...
It's not even...
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, it's not a stew.
Okay, thank God.
It is lasagna that's literally just been, like, mashed up with a fork.
It's just a
In a-
deconstructed lasagna.
In
It's
a-
just a pasta bake.
in a dish, yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I did Google lasagna soup, and sometimes it looks a little bit more soupy.
But this one that we got sent... Hey, here's a link. Here's a recipe for one here.
Yeah.
I can't express how much this doesn't... Here's a different picture of it.
Listen.
There we go.
For something to be a soup, at the very least, it has to be like the kind of liquid that can drip from a spoon.
Yes.
This has no drip to it.
This got... Well, yeah, there's no liquid in this. You can't... Okay, can you... And I'm going to take it away. Mm-hmm. Can you slurp this?
Can you slurp this?
Can you slurp this?
That's the main question.
Can you?
No.
Will you?
I'll try.
Hey, can you slurp this? as a favor, I'm asking you. I'm asking my wife.
Can you slurp this?
Yeah. It's like a challenge. Like, will it blend?
Can it slurp?
Can you slurp this? And it's the defining factor on whether or not it's soup.
Which is whether or not it's really a liquid, which is just the first thing that a soup has to be.
You think you could slurp any soup?
I'm hard to think of a soup I couldn't slurp.
At least the base of it,
Yeah.
you could slurp.
Yeah.
If you had no chunks, even if it was a chunky soup, if you took all the chunks out... Okay, how about this? In order for it to be a soup of any kind, there could be chunks, there could be lots of chunks, it could be mostly chunks, but you have to be able to get a spoonful of not chunks and be able to slurp that.
Yeah. This is all chunk.
This is just lasagna.
This is just the chunk.
This is just lasagna. Broken up.
This is just a deconstructed lasagna.
This is a troll.
This is, yeah.
This
You've
is
sent
fake.
you've sent us this recipe purely to cause strife and distress in our household, and I don't appreciate it.
This is a drama-free zone.
And for once,
Look at the
for
thing I
once
have on
we-
the wall.
what?
It says drama-free zone.
No, it doesn't.
It says live, laugh. What is it? Love. Live. It says eat, pray, love.
Oh,
It says be calm.
yeah.
Can you slurp this?
Carry on.
Yeah.
Keep calm and slurp this.
What if you moved in? Sorry, I'm just taking this any old direction.
Okay.
What if you moved in finally, and we've been in love for a long time, blah blah blah. But while you were gone, I redecorated like the house and the kitchen and stuff to put a bunch of eat, pray, love, live, laugh, love
Yeah.
type shit, keep calm, carry on,
Yeah.
type stuff, like all over the kitchen, all over the house and stuff. And
Yeah.
I wasn't being ironic or funny. I genuinely liked it for some reason.
I'd mostly be concerned. Well, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. What happened
What
to your
happened
brain?
to you while I was
And why do you
gone?
need this now?
Well, I've become I'm not depressed anymore. Like,
That puts a damper on things.
could you start again?
Yeah. Because at least, yeah, you weren't corny.
Yeah, I just like nice inspirational home decor with
Yeah.
like a script kind of handwritten font on it, and I play ukulele music about the beach.
Oof.
Cool.
We were watching a while ago. I showed you. Maybe I just told you about it. Remember when there was like that battle rapper that was like showing off his house? I'm not gonna say which one, but he was like showing off his house, and he makes a lot of money many other ways. A lot of them are really funny. He was like scamming people door to door for a while,
What the fuck?
which was funny.
I don't remember this.
But he was showing off his home, and he was like, "So this is my new pad. This is blah blah blah." And and there was this picture. There was this framed picture on the wall.
Yeah.
And it was like somebody had asked like where that was from or what that piece of art is.
Oh.
And he had said,
"Oh my god! Oh
he
my
had
god!"
said, "Oh, that's just what like came with the frame." So it was just like, you know, like a black and white picture of New York where like just a cab is still yellow or something, you know? It was just a selective color type of thing.
Frame for something, and it just was like, you know what? I like what's in it.
He was like, "Yeah, so I saw what was in it," and I'm like, "That's pretty dope." And he just kept it up.
I like the example picture.
I cannot imagine being the type of person to buy a frame online and the black and white example picture of just like a bridge on the inside. You're like, "Fuck it, I'll keep it."
Yeah.
On this like just this like low res fucking picture of a bridge. So what if I was doing some shit like that?
Funny.
I just had like stock images on my wall frame, but I wasn't trying to be funny.
But well, it depends how far you take. Because okay, well, that with a big frame like that, a big like poster frame, then you usually get pictures of, you know, New York,
it's always
a bridge. It's
New
always
York.
New York.
Yeah.
So, well, sometimes it's London. Sometimes there's London and there's a red bus or a red postbox.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, occasionally.
And just that is red, right?
Yeah.
It's like the selective color thing where it's all black and white, but just a yellow cab, a red bus.
Yeah. So those are usually like cityscapes or something. But if it depends on the size of frame, because once you get like, I'm gonna say less than like an 8x10. Once you get into the smaller frame categories, then it's just like pictures of people's families.
Yeah, and that
pictures of some stock family.
That kind of rules. Or if you go to a thrift store or something and you buy frames and there's like already a picture of like some actual family, some like stranger's family.
Oh my god, I've never seen that.
Then it's really cool to just keep that.
I agree.
Yeah, to just have that up on the wall and they're like, "Oh, who's that?" And you're like, "I have no idea."
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
But I like the idea of buying just a new one. It's just got a stock photo of like, you know, white background, nuclear family. You know, they've got a mother, a father, 2.5 children. And you're like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah,
this fits.
I'd like to present this in my home. Yeah.
I'll keep it.
I like people to think that I'm a part of this somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's like a black and white shop where like only one of the kids is in color or something, you know?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Make it seem like the rest of the family died. What the fuck?
It's like the beginning of a documentary. Yeah. Of just like a really dark documentary where they kill the whole family.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's terrible. Anyway, that isn't...
I'll answer your question about soup.
That isn't soup. That's what I was going to say.
It's not fucking soup.
That's not soup. It's obviously not soup. And you know it's not soup. We know it's not soup. Don't try and do this to us on the podcast. Don't try and cause a rift, a tear.
We're united on this front. The lasagna soup isn't a fucking soup.
Maybe they sent that knowing that we needed some common ground, some camaraderie.
To reunite us.
Because we fought so hard about soup on the last one. So actually, it's a great email.
Actually, thank you. Yeah, good. Do you want to read the next one, or should I do it?
Let me peek at it first. Also, my voice is kind of tired. Also, which one are we doing? Oh, this one. I'll read it. This one's fun. Filthy and free.
Free?
Yeah.
Like to receive?
No, like
like free spirited.
Yes, exactly, free spirited.
Yeah, it was also free for us to receive.
Was it?
Frugal.
I don't know why I got that paywall earlier, but yeah, yeah, I paid $6 to read this email, like one of those Bloomberg articles that are behind a paywall.
This is a WLW only email. If you're not one of us, then you have to pay.
Jeez. Okay.
Read it out.
It's just $6 is a lot. Is it okay to have a foursome? And it goes. Hello, Mitch and Billy. So here's a doozy. My girlfriend, she, her, and I, they, them, have recently befriended another lesbian couple, and it's been interesting. They seem to have a very similar relationship dynamic to ours, and it's almost eerie. to the point where I have almost the same chart as the mask in the other relationship, and my girlfriend has almost the same astrology as her girlfriend. My girlfriend made a joke about a foursome the other day, and now I've been mulling it over. I'm scared that the two similar people from each relationship will break off and want to be with each other because it seems like we have all the same issues in our relationship. Sorry. My girlfriend and I have never seriously considered polyamory because we're both pretty jealous. So the subject is a little awkward to talk about. This is peak lesbian drama, and I don't know if I should avoid the situation entirely or allow the drama to ensue potentially. Also, the one who is very similar to me keeps flirting with me very heavily whenever we all hang out, and I don't know how to even take it. Advice? Polyamory, yes or no? Should I be scared? Thanks, this person's name. For context, and then a lot of astrology shit. For context, a lot of astrology shit.
They drop the sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, and Mars for all four
everybody
people involved. Yeah. And they said that they were basically the same. They're not really the same, but just for anyone who's interested, the writer and the fellow mask both have a Scorpio Mars, and the two girlfriends of the masks both have a Libra Mars. So that's kind of interesting. They got matching Marses. The girlfriends also have matching Sag suns. For anyone interested in gay astrology, let's just pepper those few in for you. Those are the most interesting points. But also, really thing to tack on to the end of like a lesbian drama email. It's just like, by the way, here's all our charts. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
I did need it.
Yeah, I was just like, and then a bunch of astrology shit,
and then a bunch of fucking gobbledygook.
and then you like grabbed the phone and you're just like, wait, what, huh? And I was just like, okay, yeah, you make sense of this. I cannot make sense of any of this.
But you can make sense of the actual question.
The actual question, of course I can.
Yeah,
There's a lot to unpack here, and I do love it.
We do love it. It's some good drama. So first of all, just the name of the email. Is it okay to have a foursome? It's always okay to have a foursome.
What's bad about it?
It's a morally neutral thing to do. Is it good?
Well, that's up to you.
In this situation.
Yeah. Okay, may I state my opinion first?
Yeah.
Is it good in this situation?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Of course it isn't.
Fuck no. Foursome, great. This, no.
This foursome? No.
No.
If you openly said that you're very jealous people, so you've never even like broached the topic of polyamory, I hate to tell it to you, but like if you just take it into the realms of it only being a sexual thing and there being no like no intermingling of relationship or like bigger talk about that, and you're like, it's only sex. How jealous could someone get? Insanely.
Yeah, very jealous. In fact, more jealous than you would like if it's only so you're the perfect brand of people to get way jealous about something like this.
Yeah.
And in fact, okay, there's this one part of the email that I love.
Yeah.
And it doesn't talk about the jealousy, but it says right, that they're scared that the two similar people, because there's two people in each relationship, and one in each relationship is very similar to the other in the relationship. It's like the same relationship twice.
Yeah.
And they're afraid that the two similar people from each relationship will break off and want to be with each other because it seems like we have all the same issues in our relationships. So off of that right there, based off of that right there, if you have issues in your relationship, don't have a foursome. That will not fix it.
Don't have a threesome, foursome, or more.
Don't have group sex. Yeah,
you're currently having fucking issues. Unless the issue is, I feel like we don't have enough group sex.
Yeah, if that's
the only issue that could possibly change.
If that's the only issue, then okay. But if you're like, we have similar problems, so I'm just afraid this'll fuck things up. Hey,
what?
Almost guaranteed it will. Your instincts are 100% correct. It will fuck things up.
Not even one couple has problems, but they both
have the same problems. Oh my god.
Like, yeah, what better thing to base a relationship matching off of than all of our issues?
A threesome, a foursome will it can be very good in a healthy relationship. It can also destroy a healthy relationship. But what it will almost never do is help a relationship with problems already. Yeah. It can never do that. It would be so rare. And if it did somehow help the relationship with problems, I think the problems in the relationship might resolve themselves in the relationship not existing. Like it might like that might open your eyes to some problems that say, maybe we need to reevaluate the relationship as a whole. So I'd say I'm very for stuff like this in a healthy relationship.
Also, okay, just from a logistical point of view.
Yeah. And then from a financial one.
Then an emotional one.
And then a completely unhinged one.
All right, no, listen, logistical point of view. I'm trying to map it out. I wish I had a diagram, but I'll try my best. So I'm gonna just simplify this down to the identities given, just to keep things easy. You didn't give us any names or anything. So we have you, the writer, the listener. You've got the other mask, the two mask-ish ones, and then you've got the two girlfriends. Your fear is that you and the other mask will hook up, and then the two femmes, I guess, will also hook up. Why is that a fear?
Right, yeah,
What's
exactly.
fearful about? Why, like, would you prefer in a foursome to just both have sex with your girlfriends next to each other? Like, okay, there's 4 people. There's only 3 configurations that can happen in. Either you both stay with your partners, but you're just having sex next to each other. Right. You both pair up with the one who's similar to you, or you both pair up with the other person's girlfriend.
Yeah. Those are all good options.
They're
right?
all fine.
They're all fine.
Why is one a fear?
Why does one scare? Oh, but when they mentioned one being a fear, let me go back to this email. I'm mulling it over. I didn't see that as a fear of what would happen during the foursome. I saw it's a fear that after the foursome, they'll want to be with each other in relationships. It says,
I'm scared that the two similar people will want to break off and be with each other.
With each other.
Will want to
not
be with
just,
each other.
With each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I'm going to censor that. But actually after the sex, be with each other. And again, I must say here too, what is the fear in that as well? Yeah. Because I would understand the fear if the fear was like, I'm afraid my partner will want to go and be with somebody else. And even then, I don't think it's okay to have a fear of that, but you shouldn't stop anybody else from being happy if that's what they genuinely want to do. But I'm not quite understanding the fear of what if we all discovered that we would be happier
with the other person.
With the other person. And then I guess you'd both be happier because you'd want to do that.
Yeah. Yes. Very well said.
I had a friend growing up that had a very jealous partner. I'm sure we could all relate to that. Both having a friend and being that friend growing up at some point. Jealousy is just a thing that exists. But this particular friend and their particular partner, she was very jealous to the point where it was just constant phone calls. Where are you? What are you doing? And he told me that he couldn't go to the grocery store by himself because it was her fear that he would just meet the love of his life. And their relationship would end, and he would just be with the love of his life that he met at the grocery store. And my thought, at least when I got older, my thought was always like, why would you want to stop someone from meeting the love of their life? Yeah. If someone met some and they're way more compatible with them, if your defense to that is, I better just I better play defense so well that he never, ever, ever speaks to another person because, my God, he might be happier than me one day, happier with someone else than he is with me one day. And instead of accepting that as a possibility in life, but really trying to block that off for him, I feel is very unhealthy to everybody involved in the relationship.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's the thing. If I would not want to be with someone if I was like, I think that they're not really destined to be with me and they're destined to be with this other person that I feel threatened by. It's like, then fucking go get with that person, you
Yeah,
know, and
totally.
I'll go on with finding whoever that is for me, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. If your fear is that you might be more compatible than you hoped you would, kind of thing, and so will the other two, then that is telling you something about your relationship already. You know.
I think that's a big victory in a relationship like that. It's a very whimsical way to kind of discover something like that, and also it probably it almost definitely won't happen. But not wanting to do it because of the fear that it might says a lot about the relationship.
Yeah.
And it definitely shines a light on a particular type of insecurity that shouldn't exist in a relationship that's looking to have group sex. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Also, if you're... how do I put this? I've had some experience in these matters. I'm not an expert, but I've had some experience.
Right.
If you're having group sex with other people, if it's one person, if it's another couple, if it's whatever, it's kind of... If your hope is yeah, we're just gonna kind of not be emotionally involved with them whatsoever, we're just going to essentially have them as a sex accessory to our sex life,
right,
then I think that's very rude.
It is.
Personally. I think that ideally you would like to have some kind of not necessarily romantic connection, but some kind of sense of understanding, and having that person feel like they are still valued in whatever capacity that they're in it and whatever. And I don't know. I think coming from the point of view of being well, wouldn't it be fun if we just had completely no strings attached sex? And it's yeah, it would be fun. It's also not going to happen because that doesn't really exist.
Lots of things would be fun as a concept, but all of those things they're always more... never successfully
You're
done
already
that.
entangled as friends. You already have issues in your relationship. You already have this other person flirting with you. There's no way it's going to be no strings attached sex. Someone at some point is going to get their feelings hurt.
It would literally have to be a swingers party.
Yeah.
It would have to be just an anonymous orgy.
But in this situation where you're friends with the people, it's and unless you've done a lot of internal work on yourself and you're really used to those kind of dynamics, then probably not. Again, I feel like I recommend this book on a near fucking monthly basis.
I know it is.
But if you are interested in polyamory, whether it's trying it or just understanding it, or even just fucking understanding stuff like jealousy in a relationship, and the concept of ownership in a relationship and stuff like that on a bit of a deeper level, then The Ethical Slut is a really good read, also a really good listen on audiobook.
Yeah.
It's written by these two older polyamorous queer women, I believe they identify as, and who started doing that shit back in the fucking 60s when it was super frowned upon.
Very taboo.
And they're still writing, and they're still fucking active, and they're living their lives, and they're great people, and it's read in a very nice, soothing, old lesbian lady voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great listen, and I would recommend it if you are even not I recommend it for opening up your relationship. I recommend it if you're even thinking about, why should I? Why shouldn't I? I'm struggling with jealousy. I kind of want to... It covers stuff like group sex. Polyamory is not necessarily just oh my god, Pretty Cat just opened the door and walked in.
He's smart.
I have something to say about group sex. You've never had sex in your life, Pretty Cat. Get out of here.
4 other cats.
You've never had sex in your fucking life.
Don't point that out to him. And I don't know what he does when he's out. We don't know he's not out there fucking.
We do. You made sure of that.
All right, because the whole
surgery
where I removed his whole cock. Yeah, it was pretty bold and brash of me.
Anyway, it has advice for all of these kind of things: threesomes, foursomes, moresomes, etc.
Yeah, The Ethical Slut is very good, very soothing, and it's just good, in my opinion, when not just if you're navigating a poly relationship, but also to help you kind of understand a new perspective, another option other than monogamy, and to see if that could be for you.
Yeah, and it's very written from a queer inclusive viewpoint. Obviously, the two authors are queer, and oh my god, he's being so annoying.
I know, he's crawling over.
And it's got a lot to do with communication and stuff like that, and how to work out arguments with your partner and everything. So I recommend that you read it, but I don't recommend that you have a foursome right now.
No, I'm actually
recommend against it.
Specifically asking you not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not now. It would. I fear it would only hurt your relationship.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot of people's relationships. So yeah. Again, we've we've talked about this a little bit on the podcast in the past, but I always like to veer on the safe side and say that is all we'll say about it. The question here was, how do we feel about poly relationships? We think they're good. And then, but for all intents and purposes, we're a happy, married, monogamous couple. and then our interview 1 year from now will go very well. And because stuff like that is so frowned upon, right?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to... What time are we at? 46, okay. I don't want to take up too much time in the conversation, but also I will say I've been in like threesome situations where like the other two people have like become a couple, when we all went into it being like that will never happen, and then it does.
And you took that very
to
heart. Yeah,
I took it so to heart. I was so fucking offended.
Well,
I was so offended.
They were your friends.
Yeah, that's why we did it at first. That's what I'm talking about. You're all friends. You're all hot. You're like, wouldn't that be funny?
And then they were like, you know what's great? This connection we have, you and I, and not Billy. That sucks.
Yeah, and for a good few weeks, I was pissed. I was offended. My feelings were hurt. I felt like I wasn't attractive. I felt like I'd been like abandoned in some capacity.
Yeah.
And then I got over it. And they were still my best friends, and they were in a relationship, and I was like, actually, this is sick. I get to see both of you at the same time. And I got over it, and it was a good relationship for a good few years, and we all hung out all the time, and had a couple more threesomes, and it was good. But I'm saying that initially my feelings were hurt. I
still feel like you hadn't. You were younger, and you didn't have as much to lose here, because...
No, I wasn't in a relationship when I started.
Yeah, you weren't in a relationship.
Yeah.
Had you have been, and there was these same feelings being thrown around, and so like it's the cause of a lot of relationships, and not a lot of relationships ending, but it is definitely... It results in relationships ending kind of a lot of...
Well, I feel like it's similar to when more, like, heteromonogamous people will, like... Yeah, be like, you know what we should do? You know what would be good? A baby.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that fix things? Wouldn't that spice things up? It's like the opposite but same kind of thing to that. It's like, you know what? Relationships kind of, what would be good? Group sex. It's like, no, it makes things so much harder. You need better communication skills.
It's not an additive thing to fix something.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't think they're looking at it in a way that they think it'll fix something, but I'm just saying that little detail about them. Both relationships having similar problems, so they're afraid that blah, blah, blah. If the relationships have any problems, do not do group sex.
Yeah.
Do not engage in threesomes, foursomes.
At least not until you've, like, properly thought about it.
And properly talked about it, I think.
Talked about it with your partner, and perhaps with the other people as well, and maybe given that book a listen. Yeah. But don't just jump into it, because someone's feelings are going to get hurt.
I know, and
it's going to be a mess. Yeah.
It's such, like, an adult, kind of a boring answer, but I'm, doing wild stuff when you're younger is wild and crazy and stuff, but, like, for the sake of the relationship, you owe it to the relationship to be very communicative before anything like this happens, I mean, fully, how do you feel and what would happen in this scenario, and would it make you uncomfortable if something like this happened before it happens? Walk through the experience with them.
Yeah.
How do you feel about me kissing another person and you're in the room, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, they haven't really thought about it yet.
Yeah, what's your fear there? What do you think might happen? You know, what's the realistic chances of that thing happening? You know, like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of communication, and the communication should come before the sex.
Definitely.
Like, I don't mean in a, like, hierarchical point of view. I mean in a timeline point of view. It should come in a time before the sex happens.
Yeah. And...
because after, it's going to be a lot harder.
Yes.
It's better to prevent than to fix.
When you do have those conversations, even though they're like lame at the time, even though I don't think they're very lame, but when you do have those conversations, they're very lame at the time to certain people, and it feels very not sexy to have those conversations.
Yeah.
But your reward is that if you do get to that point, then like nothing goes wrong. You can fully enjoy.
Yeah, everything goes a lot smoother. You've got a lot better peace of mind, and you can more fully enjoy yourself without like these anxieties swimming around your head.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's better.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yes.
They're very, very detailed advice.
It was, yeah. I wasn't expecting to get that detailed, but it was good. Yeah. Do we have time for our third question?
What's the time on the thing?
51.
We might not. We're at almost an hour.
Yeah, we are.
I have to mix this thing tonight.
We are nearly an hour. It's true. But we're a day late already.
Darn.
Darn it.
Darn it, I said.
I know what you said. I heard what you said.
Dang it.
Okay. That's enough colourful language from you for one night.
Fuck it all to hell.
Oh my god.
This has been all the space in between.
Oh my god.
Sorry. This has been all the space in between. My name's Mitch.
My name is Billy. Bill... What am I saying? Email. Sorry, I'm still dizzy from yesterday.
You wanted to do a question? No way. I saved you.
You did. Thank you. If you have an email that you would like to send to us, it can be about anything, be art advice. We didn't get to our art question this week. Maybe next week. We'll see.
We had an art question.
But we like to do a start question, a heart or fart question, and an art question. If you have a question or just comment or email regarding any fucking one of those things, you can email us at
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. And if you like the show, please tell your friends about the show. That is the only way that we're growing at this point, and we're still growing, and I do appreciate it. So tell your friends about the show. We are everywhere where podcasts are found. Woo-hoo! Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and even our own website. Our website is
allthespaceinbetween.com. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. New episodes every Monday except for when we don't.
Goodbye.
Bye.